at line number 1 it is telling as Terraform. Okay, it is telling us Terraform. So what is this Terraform? This Terraform is nothing but an object. Okay, this Terraform is nothing but an object. At line number 1 itself, you can see there is a opening curly brace as well as closing curly brace at line number 3. Whatever things I have written between these curly braces is called as a configuration. This is called as a configuration. So what is my configuration? My configuration is written at line number 2. Require underscore version equal to greater than 0.11. What is this require underscore version? This is nothing but a configuration attribute, and this is my configuration. Okay, this is my configuration. What exactly does require underscore version equal to 0.11 mean? It means if my terraform.exe, version is greater than 0.11, then only execute rest of the code, otherwise don't execute. This is a optional configuration. This is a optional configuration. Even if you don't write this configuration, it is still okay. But I would suggest in each and every .ef file that you write, you always mention this configuration. It is like having a prerequisite and following the best practices. Okay, following the best practices. Why do I need to write this require underscore version equal to some version number? Because let's say you are not writing these 3 lines, okay, and your code is perfectly working fine in version 0.12, and then you give this code to other person who is going to execute the code on Terraform version 0.10. So in that case, in some of the scenarios, your code might not get executed, and this person might come back and tell you there is some problem in your code which you have written, but your code is compatible to run on version 0.12 or higher. Okay, so in that case, to avoid these scenarios, we will always mention this configuration as a best practice. At line number 5, I am telling provider, this is nothing but an object. Okay, this is nothing but an object. I am telling provider AWS. So what is this provider AWS? What does this line 5 mean? Okay, what does this line 5 mean? It means I need the provider.exe file. I need the provider exe file downloaded from the internet, and it should be there at the location of terraform.exe. Okay, terraform.exe. Okay, at line number 9, I am telling resource AWS underscore instance. Can I give any name at the place of AWS underscore instance? The answer is no. We cannot give any name at the place of AWS underscore instance. It is because AWS underscore instance is a predefined name. Okay, it is a predefined name that this provider understand. This provider.exe that will get downloaded after some time, after we execute few of the Terraform command. That provider is capable of understanding this AWS underscore instance. Terraform.exe doesn't have capability to understand what this AWS underscore instance mean. Okay, and this is a predefined name. How do I know this is a predefined name? You have to go on the terraform.io website. You have to go on over here, and you can see there is a AWS underscore instance. This is a predefined thing. So that is the thing I have mentioned in my code. Okay, that is the thing I have mentioned in the code. At the place of base, okay, at the place of base, can I put any name at the place of base? Can I put any name at the place of base? Yes, we can put any custom name, at the place of base. I have given base. Okay, why we have to give the custom name over here? It is because this configuration is having two configuration attributes. AMI is the configuration attributes and instance underscore type is the configuration attribute. So to refer the attributes of AWS underscore instance base, okay, to refer this AWS underscore instance base configuration attributes, I need to write the custom name over here. So how do I refer this? Let's say I am having more configuration in below code. So how do I refer this? I will refer this as AWS underscore instance dot base dot AMI. Okay, and let's say we are having some variable 1. So what is the value of this variable 1? The value of this variable 1 will be this AMI ID. Okay, this AMI ID will come and get substituted at this place. That's why we require the base. Okay, so with that we can refer the resource. At line number 10 there is a AMI ID. Okay, there is a AMI ID. How did I get this AMI ID? This AMI ID, I went into the AWS console and copied this AMI ID from the Mumbai region. Okay, from the Mumbai region. This is my Mumbai region. So tomorrow if I am changing my region to North Virginia region, will this AMI ID will be same? The answer is no, because this AMI ID is specifically there only for the Mumbai region. Okay, this AMI ID is specifically there for the Mumbai region. And what this AMI ID actually is? This AMI ID is nothing but the EC2 instance AMI ID. Okay, this is the EC2 instance AMI ID. At line number 11, I am telling instance underscore type equal to t3.micro. There are many instance type available, so I have chosen t3.micro. At line number 14, I have given us tags. Okay, and this is also a configuration. It is because we are having an opening curly brace and a closing curly brace. At line number 15, I am telling the EC2 instance that I am going to create should have the tag name as my machine 1 underscore Terraform. Why is the tag required? Why do we need the tags? Because if you are having thousands of resources, and if you want to search particular resource, then these tags are very useful in that case. One thing you might have observed, we are telling over here we are going to create a EC2 instance of this using this AMI ID. But did you notice there is no network configuration we have mentioned? There is no network configuration we have mentioned in our code. So what IP address will this machine get? Okay, what IP address will this machine get? As we know, each and every region that we have, okay, that will be having a default VPC. Okay, this is my region, and inside this default VPC I will be having a default subnet. So since I have not mentioned anything over here, my EC2 instance will get created inside this default VPC and inside this default subnet. Okay, now let's see what is this default VPC and default subnet for the Mumbai region. See, inside the VPC I am seeing there is one default region. How do I know this is a default region? Under the default VPC, you see over here under the default it is mentioned as yes. That means it is a default VPC for the Mumbai region. And what is the default subnet that I am having? The default subnet that I am having for this VPC is this having this ID subnet -0c blah blah blah, and this subnet is also having a CIDR of 172.31.0.0/20. Okay, how do I know this is the default subnet? Because you see over here default subnet column says that this is a default subnet. Okay, and it is also linked with the default VPC. Okay, so the EC2 instance that we are going to create we'll get the IP address in the range of 172.31. Okay, that is why we have not mentioned any network configuration inside this first Terraform code. In the upcoming sessions, we will definitely create the VPC and the subnet, and we will be using that VPC and subnet, and we will be putting the EC2 instance in the newly created VPC and subnet in the upcoming sessions.